Welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast. The homie Chuck's back, dude. You were doing a lot of stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get started, hit like, hit subscribe, share with your reptile-loving friends. Let's do this. Eric has some good news. Tell me what's going on.
We got some good news from Josh's frogs. For those of you who don't know, they've been battling some pretty scary stuff with their whole business, basically. They've been battling some chytrid issues. Of course, with frogs, that is a terribly fatal thing.
Yep.
And for right now, they're doing really good. They're free, basically, of it. And they've been working with scientists and stuff. And all of the frogs, basically, have been passing their tests. And they're going to be set to go back into the world. And another big shout out to them for being transparent about this, because that's why I like talking about it, because I think it's really, really cool that they're doing this. I don't think anybody else really has done that, and we know that there's actually things happening within the industry that no one talks about. So the fact that
Reptiliatus.
Oh, yeah, Reptiliatus had talked about it, yeah.
Well,
but
you can't say anybody else, goddammit.
Oh, I thought you were saying that. Oh, okay, no, yeah. Reptiliatus too.
Yeah.
But like business-wise, that's what I'm talking about. Like
breeders that,
So I thought that's pretty badass of them and pretty stand-up.
It was specifically, I think they said 2 rooms of theirs or something like that. So specific groups.
Yeah, so everything that didn't have it, they're already set aside. The stuff that is on like a quarantine situation. Let me see what it says here.
Yeah, what were the ones that said that passed? I know that they had put that in the post.
As of today, as of Tuesday, our tree frog and toad department has been officially cleared, except for specific quarantine area where animals are awaiting a second negative test. All these animals have had 2 negative chytrid tests, and an MDARD or MDARD has lifted all quarantine requirements.
Why are you laughing? This is serious.
It sounds funny.
Why?
No.
What's funny about it?
Irregardless.
Whoa! Whoa!
I thought he went there.
I know. I was like, no, he did not. Just all right. Continue.
We've begun to offer those animals for sale. Obviously, I'm sure that they're pretty much putting the biggest disclaimers onto all this stuff.
Yep.
But from here on out, it says, expect more animals to become available in the next several weeks. We expect Pac-Man's, Budgets, and the other fat frogs to be next, following darts once they get their final negative test. So yeah, I mean, long story short, they won the battle for the most part. They're just kind of getting ready to come back into the world. So go
cool.
them.
Good for them.
Go Josh's frogs.
Let's go. Yes, dude. That's great for them. Chuck, you have any opinions on that? We're good to go. Like, we're happy about it.
Yeah,
I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I think
bro,
it's cool as fuck.
that literally in the wild, it brings animals to extinction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's serious shit.
It's impressive work. I wonder what they've been like going through. Like I know they've been talking about what they've been doing, but it's like the workload, the person doing it.
And what have they done?
Oh,
like as far as the animals that test positive, like how are they managing that stuff? What is exactly the stuff that's going on with that kind of shit? Yeah, I'm just curious.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Yes, it is, dude. Well,
glad to see him doing well.
Congratulations, Josh and all of his frogs. Chuck, what have you been up to, man? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, I've been hanging out, chilling.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, Chandler's back, so I've been taking care of Chandler's collection. It's pretty simple. I just gotta make sure everything's there.
Yeah.
Has water, easy stuff. Clean some enclosures. But yeah, he's in Australia right now.
Yeah.
So I get cool photos of what's to come on his future video whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
I get to see like a bunch of stuff that he has already done.
Yeah.
Which is a successful trip already. As soon as he landed, he started getting stuff with one of my other friends as well, friend and my boss as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're doing great down there, and yeah, I just been playing with an otter every day, cleaning poop, and then going to work and cleaning more poop.
Living the dream.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pooper scooper.
Hell yeah.
Professional
Pooper scooper.
Yeah, you shared with us the only thing that matters that he saw on that trip.
Don't say it.
The blue tongue?
What blue tongue?
A blue tongue that he found.
Oh,
that he saw. That is the only thing that mattered from his whole Australia trip.
All right. Right, come on.
No,
tongue?
That is the most important thing.
How?
because that's what I needed. I needed
Dude.
to see that they exist out there.
There's so many monitor lizards that are superior to your blue tongue.
That's nothing, bro. Have you
You're
seen the turtles
wrong.
in Australia?
What?
Have you seen the turtles in Australia, bro?
The turtles haven't even seen the turtles in
Yeah.
Australia.
I didn't even know there was turtles in Australia.
No, there's no tortoises. They got turtles up the ass, and they all look awesome.
Up the what?
The ass.
Nice.
Cloaca.
Cloaca, my
There we
bad.
go.
Cloaca.
Cloaca. Get it right. I don't even know one turtle from Australia.
Yeah, you do.
You know,
Yeah, you do.
which one?
You know one.
What?
The fly river turtle.
That's from Australia?
There's a population in northern Australia and in Papua. The rest of them, yeah, you don't
Are
know.
they native?
Yes, they're native. You know what's crazy?
Sounds like he's making this shit up.
Yeah, that makes no
Yeah,
fucking
there's
sense.
there's actually no such thing as a fly river turtle, but there are apparently red ears there, and in South Africa, which is crazy.
Those are invasive.
No, they're native. Trust me. PetSmart said so. But what I thought it was interesting too.
You were right.
They call turtles tortoises over there.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. It's just.
They
lingo
also
over
say
there.
maths.
They also say aluminium, which I think is better than aluminum.
Aluminium, yeah. You know, instead of math, they say maths.
Well, that's across like Europe in general.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go do my math homework. No, I'm gonna go do my maths.
Let's go to
homework.
moths class.
Yeah.
That sounds weird to say, but
Interesting.
that's how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like that either, dude.
No, it's singular. There's only one math.
What was that? Aluminium?
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Aluminum. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's the same in Canada too. Like a lot of the
There's a different places.
what? They're different.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's what's been going on.
Cool, man.
Feeding little crocs, otter, owl,
Yep.
some turtles,
Hell yeah.
and chilling.
Yeah, you doing okay?
Yeah, chilling.
Good to hear it.
Tired, but
All right.
chilling.
Well, we got some questions to answer from the crowd. I actually want to start with that longer one. This was from
Tino.
Yeah, from Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. Can you read his handwriting? Because I had a hard time.
Yeah. It's not doctor's handwriting. It's,
Okay.
it's legible. All right, so he gave us a few things to go over. He says, "What is the future of the reptile industry?" And he gave basically 4 points
What's the first
to
one?
talk about. The first point is one, utopian, sensible laws. Hold on, my bad. Some of this is kind of doctor's handwriting. Sensible laws protecting animal rights, the environment, anti-poaching, booming industry where many people have good pets. People plus businesses make good, ethical profits, well-educated society regarding reptiles conservation. So basically, it's like
The best case scenario.
the best case scenario, I guess,
Yeah.
for the captive industry.
All right, so that's utopian. Number one.
I don't know if that'll happen or not. I don't.
No, just
Well,
keep
that-
going. Keep
just
going.
keep reading. That's
yeah.
the point.
Legislated. Strict rules concerning reptile keeping, for example, limited species, limited sales, limited states, etc. Overall beneficial to conservation, educational efforts. For breeders, or few breeders, not for. Few breeders, less racks, more enriching enclosures, better equipment, fewer available species, and then I don't know what this last thing says, and it says up illegal something.
Let me see it. Up illegal. Oh yeah, Tino. Jesus Christ.
Illegal something.
Yeah. All right. So that is legislated.
I would hope up illegal like legislation and like,
Yeah.
like taking care of that shit.
What is the next one?
Libertarian. This is probably going to be Chuck's favorite outcome. Few laws protecting animal rights, stopping poaching, restricting species and care methods. More breeders, more keepers, more animals available. Constant battle with conservationists, PETA sympathizers, and pet industry. In parentheses, USARC.
Oh, so dumb.
Yes.
Tino's ridiculous.
Tino, shout out. That was good.
Then the next one.
That was good.
And then number 4 is authoritarian, in parentheses, PETA. Complete ban of most, if not all, reptile keeping, breeding, selling nationwide. Limited to zoos and conservation efforts, in parentheses, would these increase or decline. Rise of black markets and illegal activity. Oh, that's what that word says. Illegal activity.
Oh, okay.
From earlier. Illegal activity, poaching, smuggling, contraband, and then upping, herping, and travel. And then number 5 is like others. So I would assume anything else that we have in mind.
Okay. So, what is the future of the reptile industry? Just to sum it up.
Yeah.
Utopian. So things.
Perfect scenario.
Perfect scenario.
Everyone's holding each other's hands. Everyone stops doing
exactly.
bullshit.
Legislated. The laws are up. The poaching of animals is down. No racks. Kind of like closer to what Europe does. Then we have libertarian, which is just what he describes as the USARC situation. Authoritarian, which he describes as the PETA situation, or other. What do you guys think? What is the future of the reptile industry?
I think right now we're heading towards number 2, the legislated one, because that kind of sounds like everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. And thinking about other countries too, like a lot of European countries, I know Spain specifically has cracked down almost completely on this scenario. Here in the States, I don't know if it's going to get to that point, although it could very well get to that point in states, at least, like specific states. But besides that, I mean, I feel like right now the future is kind of
bleak.
All of them combined.
What do you think, Chuck?
No, you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
I would honestly say the last one, other, because what I actually think and hope for is a mix of 1 and 2.
Interesting.
Yeah. I would say that one would
be the mix.
Finding the happy place between 1 and 2 is kind of where we should go, because what that does is that it allows specific rules. It says this is what we can do, this is what we can't do. Therefore, there's no more infighting. There's no more laws. It's just like, no. These are the rules now, and we follow this direction, and we do what could be deemed as the best for the animals. Now, mind you, I think that lawmakers probably don't really know exactly what is the right thing to do, so there needs to be some work between lawmakers and what is this industry, because these people, they're not keepers. They don't really understand the animals generally. We should have the animals in our best interest as far as our care requirements and stuff like that. So just having a solid ground to be like, no, now we actually have this new foundation where it's could work out better for all of us and have some standards and stuff like that, and not just like vague industry standards depending on the niche that you're in. That's what I think. So mine is 5 other, but technically it's the mix between 1 and 2.
I would go with, like you said, like it's going towards 2. And I think it's going to move towards 2 regardless of what we try to do, if not 1.
Got you.
Yeah. Like I think 1 and 2, like I'm in between both of y'all, but I think 2 is the route that I think we're going towards number 2.
Gotcha.
We're going to more regulation. People are starting to care more about conservation. The rack situation and the hoarding of animals and like all that keeps going up. Then they don't know where to put those animals. Then they have to kill the animals, and the industry starts yelling and crying, and it's like they're gonna go towards 2.
What's funny too is that let's say 2 becomes the reality, that'll eventually turn into number 4.
How?
As like laws keep getting passed and all that stuff. Granted, if we live in the 2 or 1 scenario, of course there'll be a balance. But all I can think about is how this is a plan, right? This is how it's set.
The conspiracy.
But the keepers and their attitude, and the same thing I guess for like the conservation and everything, just people's attitude and people's decision making is going to slow that down immensely. So
yeah, I don't
like
know.
To hope
I'm in between 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah. If it goes on to 4, I wouldn't even be mad though.
I would be mad.
I wouldn't be mad. It's like whatever.
But the thing is, like 3 and 4 are the absolutes of the other, the other 2
of the organizations.
Well, no, like
the other 2 outcomes.
They oppose each other.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think if like 4 could be absolutely possible if people keep fucking up.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that with the current state of the world and administration, there's more likely to have stronger legislation.
Oh, 100%.
Just because the people that are in charge are kind of like no nonsense, don't give a fuck, just do this because I said so.
Yeah, but RFK likes rattlesnakes. So.
No,
yeah, but he's not in charge like that, dude.
No, and even him, if you're gonna talk about pet trade, he will not be for it.
Oh yeah,
because of the especially Florida invasive species. He's a environmental lawyer. He would not go for it.
Even then, like when Buddy went into presidency, he's like, "Yeah, I'll let RFK do whatever the fuck he wants to do with health, but I'm not gonna let him touch environmental shit."
Yeah,
like
interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that went down.
Yeah, but even if he was, that's like environmental shit, especially within the pet trade. The pet trade does not have a good light on it. Yeah. Period. Yeah. It doesn't politically. It doesn't to biologists, conservationists. It just doesn't have a good light. Whenever you look at an animal that's endangered, there's always two things at the top: habitat destruction and poaching? The pet trade. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna answer some of the other questions that people asked.
Thank you, Tino, for that one, by the way.
And the next question we're gonna answer is, "Where's Tino?"
He's writing us from prison. He went looking for his father in Mexico and didn't make it back.
What would you guys do if he was actually in prison right now? And that's why he's not on the podcast anymore.
Nah, you know what happened? He got deported.
Oh, fuck, dude.
He's walking back. Don't worry.
He's making his way back.
He'll find his way back.
No, Tino's got a new job. He's got other responsibilities, and that kind of it's just been keeping him busy.
He's still around. We still keep him around.
He's not an op. He's
not an
thing. Op. Yeah. Ethics and genetic limitations aside, what two animals would you want to hybridize?
Nah.
Just not.
All right, fuck you. We'll have fun with it.
Well, ethics and genetic aside. Ethics and genetics. If you had to let aside, like, you were like, if I put these two together, it would be fucking sick.
No, I don't have those thoughts.
Yeah?
Straight up.
Not even a nose if you got like a little...
No, especially not.
No. What if it's a brown null?
That's illegal.
And a Cuban null?
No, you're going to hell.
They're doing it in the wild already.
The only thing no, they don't. The only one that I'm like, it looks cool is Gabino, and that's about it.
Okay. Diamondback terrapins and map turtles.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just fire.
You're fucking gross.
That's just fire. They look so cool. They look so fucking cool. Yeah. You don't have an answer?
No, I do.
What is it?
It's not, well...
It's you and what?
Reptiles?
Yeah.
With reptiles?
Yes.
No.
Okay. No, because I'm saying it would be
Reptiles with. Go ahead.
Oh, reptiles with coffee. That was my attempt. Anyway.
Yeah, you're good. You should have just gone with it, dude.
I did.
No, you just said...
I thought you were going to go, oh, you can support the podcast with reptiles coffee.
No, go ahead.
So the best way to support
the... What is it? Go ahead. You're fucking wasting time.
I thought about owls. I thought
what the fuck? Reptiles.
Reptiles, dude.
Okay, reptiles. Let me think.
Fuck.
I did think of owls because that would be sick. But reptile-wise, it would be really cool. The thing is, it's already been made.
Just say
it.
All right.
There we go.
I said it.
Jesus
I said it.
Christ.
Out of the three of you, who has the biggest snake? Eric.
Yeah, eventually. Now?
Yeah,
Eric.
Eric for sure. Rob is creeping it real. Asks, where do you see the reptile hobby in 5 years, in 10 years? That was kind of pretty much answered with the other stuff,
I think it will fall apart.
No, I don't think it's going to fall apart.
Coming.
I feel like once this reptile thing documentary comes out, things might change. Maybe not here.
I think we're going to get better. I think we're going to get rather different legislation.
I think this industry dies and a new one comes up. Different.
What's the new industry?
But I don't know what the new one is.
You think that the landscape changes is what you're saying?
Whole landscape, a whole bunch of people are going to be dropped to the side. Like,
yeah,
maybe the next.
I think a lot of people will lose out.
I think there's going to be some drastic changes within the next 10 years specifically.
Yeah.
Within the next 5 years, I think that people with the aspirations of breeding for a living, I think those kinds of things will change into them finding other avenues where breeding will be one part of a diversified set of income. Not just I'm going to have 100 of this and whatever.
Do you mean within reptiles or like...
Within reptiles,
okay.
yeah.
So like building enclosures and stuff like that, just other things.
Like I think that people that are like breeding reptiles and trying to figure it out, like a lot of them are going to try to find another way of getting income. It's not that they're not going to get some income from breeding reptiles, but I think a lot of it's like the majority of it might not come from breeding reptiles specifically.
I think that's already a thing, though.
I think it's going to be more apparent.
I feel
Yeah,
like once
because there's
people
still a
snap
lot
out
of
of it-
people that are just like, well, I need to go balls deep into this to make a living and to do this and to do that.
I think it's when
And-
they snap out of that
Yeah.
that they'll start finding other things to get
Yeah.
into.
Are you Florida boys planning to go to Animal Con this year?
No.
Okay, it says here that was Rattlesnake Riley, and this is Skink Daddy. He says, "Are you all coming to Animal Con July at Legacy?"
I don't know
Maybe.
if y'all are. I'm not.
I would
Maybe.
like to go.
I'm not going.
Yeah, I would like to go. It honestly. So I have a couple Repticons in July, and that is what is because that's already scheduled.
Yeah.
I need to see what day it lands on, and then I need to check the price of flights and stay.
Yeah.
You know, I used to have a friend that allowed me to fly for free. He no longer works for the airline, so I cannot do that.
Tragic.
Oh, another one. Are y'all going to Animal Con this year?
Maybe.
I would like to. Yeah. And what's the biggest carpet python you have seen in person?
In person, I haven't really seen many.
The Brettles, my
That would be
female.
it.
That's probably the biggest one I've seen.
That's a
I've seen
carpet?
pictures. It's in the family.
Yeah, Morelia.
Depending on who you ask.
At that point, that would.
Oh,
that
green tree pythons are
yeah.
Morelia also.
Yeah. So that's not a carpet.
It
Wait,
was
No.
as a common name. Some people say Centralian carpet python.
No.
That doesn't mean it's
Because
a carpet.
because Brettles used to be in the carpet family.
That doesn't
Morel-
mean they are.
Green trees were never in the.
That doesn't mean they are carpets. That means they're not carpets.
No, but they used to be called carpets.
Doesn't matter. Does not make them carpets.
We're not talking about if the animal is or isn't a carpet. That's just what they used to be called.
But the question is,
It's like when
What's
someone
the
says a koala
biggest-
bear.
What's the biggest one we've seen? All right, if it's not
Okay.
the Brettles, what would it be?
I've seen videos of insanely large coastals in Australia.
Can I say a hybrid? I've seen a Collins in person.
A Collins?
Yeah.
That is such a funny name.
you know what
for
it
that.
is?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? A carpet
The
hybridized with a
Bolins?
Bolins? Yeah, that shit was insane.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Gross.
Colon.
Yeah,
funny.
it was fucking huge
What did it look like?
and extremely aggressive. Underwhelming?
Just dark brown.
No. It had like some coloration from the carpet influence, but it wasn't like honestly, it was just kind of terrifying. Like it was also
Really?
kept in a rack the whole time and like you opened that fucking enclosure, the thing just lunges
Oh,
out
so wait, you saw this snake?
in person, yes.
Oh, shit.
At a place that I used to be associated with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it?
No, I do not have a picture of it. Yeah. That thing was kept away.
Damn, dude.
What was the first reptile you ever had reproduce?
I mean,
Striped mud turtle.
yeah, same.
Yeah, striped mud turtle.
3 stripes.
Is that true? That's not true. Sulcata tortoise. No, that's
Really?
not true.
Oh shit! Hold
Red-eared
on.
slider, Belize slider hybrids.
wait, what was the question?
What was the first reptile you ever had? Like the first reptile you produced? Mine was
Produced?
red ear with Belize slider hybrids.
5-line skink.
Really? Mm-hmm. When?
Oh, when I was a child.
Like when you moved here or over there?
No, here. There's none
Here?
over there. Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to. Because you said a child. How old
Yeah.
were you when you came here? I thought you were a teenager.
That was 12.
Oh, okay. I thought you were older. So, like, you had a pair, or you had one that that.
I had a pair.
Oh,
in
that's
a
cool.
10-gallon tank.
That's like that you poached.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with them? They all died.
No, I released them.
That's cool, man. I didn't know that.
I released them because I had a ball python, my first ball python.
Oh, and you're like,
Oh,
I
wow.
need a 10-gallon tank to put a ball python.
No, actually, I had the biggest tank for a ball python.
A 12-gallon.
No, dude. It was like 200 gallons.
For real?
Really?
Yeah.
Did it eat?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bitches. It had like only bad thing. It was an aspen with a plastic hide. That's all I had in a water bowl.
That's funny.
Okay.
His name was E.T. He just died like last year.
From what?
I don't know. He just died.
Do you have it, or does somebody else have it?
What do you mean?
Like-
it died.
Like you have it? You had it still?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was right now. It would have been 30 years old.
Wow.
It was given to me by my teacher, and he got it when he was a.
Damn. I
yeah,
thought you
that's
had
the same
gotten
shit
rid
that
of all
happened
of
to
yours.
my first snake. It was a corn snake.
Well, you want to be like me so bad, dude.
Bro, I was doing that shit before you.
Shave your beard.
No, you shave yours. Let me see your forehead.
Never.
His forehead.
Look at my beard.
Apparently, it's a sensitive topic.
No, it's not.
Let me see it.
What's wrong with your forehead?
It's long hair.
Bro, you were freaking out over nothing.
I was talking shit.
Oh my god.
This
This is so underwhelming, bro.
Look
All
at my
right.
beard.
All right, look at mine.
Are you gonna keep growing it?
Maybe.
Yo.
I feel like if it grows.
Yo, chat, listen.
my
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No. Say what you're gonna say. Say what you're gonna say.
Nah. Look at him.
All I want to say is, that
Dude,
it's
you can still
working.
see your dimples through your beard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous
Is
about
that good or not?
No, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
fuck you! I got dimples and you don't.
That hurt.
Yeah. Do you plan on going to NARBC this year?
That's Chicago.
Yeah. So my friend doesn't work at the airline anymore, and yeah, no, I would like to go, but
Every year I hear the same thing. Yoshii, just say no.
I want to go.
Just say no.
I'll do you one
but
better.
You can't. Say no.
I'll do you one better.
What?
If you'd like to sponsor me
Oh
to
my
do a trip
God.
over there, please send me a DM and I'll record a podcast and put an advertisement for you. And yeah,
Oh my god.
no, I'd like to go. It doesn't seem likely. Money's tight. Can we get an outfit of the day from Eric? Eric, what are you wearing?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, I got Billabong shorts on.
Let's
How much?
go.
How much?
Like, I think they were $12. They were
There
on
you
sale.
At the outlet. Yeah,
Yes.
let's go,
Yeah,
dude.
I was there when I got them. Super cool. They got like a bunch of pockets and shit. I'm wearing a Free Assembly plain black tee from Walmart.
Let's go.
I think it was $7. I got Adidas socks on.
He said anklets almost.
No, I almost said ankle socks
Okay.
because they're not. And then I got some Vans skate highs on. These are the tried and true. I will never wear any other shoes in my
All right,
life.
what's under your shirt?
Under my shirt is my body. And then
Nah.
I got,
no.
No, I'm not wearing it. I'm for real. I'm not wearing it.
You're not
And
wearing
then
your
I got,
body?
Whoa.
I'm wearing my
Reebok.
Reebok briefs.
You have nothing under right now?
Yeah, and then I
Today
have
we're
my.
gonna see Eric's
Is he
nipples.
growing up?
I don't know what brand this is, but my dad gave it to me from his work. So
It's a hat.
little work hat.
Wow.
What
So,
about
yeah.
your glasses?
Oh yeah, they got Ray-Bans, aviators. Pretty sick. You know what this feels like? I don't know if you guys have ever seen it.
What?
Somebody stopped Willem Dafoe one day just
Oh,
on the road.
Yes.
And he
yeah.
just casually talks about what he's wearing. And
Yeah.
That's so
a
yeah,
thing.
I got the fit on today. I wore
Willem
the wrong
Daf-
fit because
yeah.
the temperature dropped like 10 degrees.
It did.
Froze
I
my
was
ass
not
off.
expecting that
Yeah.
shit.
That's scary. Did you
Yeah.
check the animals?
Yeah,
Okay.
I covered them. Is the sun? Did the sun come out?
No, the sun's not coming out until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so now this might be a big topic, but become a member. Support your boys. Head on over to the Reptiles. Go to modernreptileshop.com to check out the merch, the Reptiles with coffee, and all that jazz. The next question is, why private keepers and zookeepers not get along? I'm both, but notice this. So why do private keepers and zookeepers not get along?
pet keeping can be sloppy,
Yeah.
and when the sloppiness gets called out, they get mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
But
the same. It's not the same.
sometimes the zoo sector can get snooty.
Yeah.
But they have the right to be snooty because they're the ones that actually have the credentials and the work and sometimes the funds to actually do what they're needing to do.
Yeah, I think okay, so like private, and it depends. It depends because like I do both, you know. And I think like there are some people that do private stuff that is really cool, but the majority doesn't. Okay, so just because you keep ball pythons, 100 ball pythons in racks, does not make you anywhere near equivalent to anybody actually working with animals. Like it just doesn't. You keep one species in little tubs. You don't see any behaviors. You can't tell me much about the animal other than morphs.
You're not doing the stewardship of the activity.
Yeah, we're in two different levels. You can tell me the morphs at most. You can tell me that you feed it the same thing, a rat every time. At most. You can't tell me much about their life in the wild, behaviors. You can't tell me much about diseases. You can't tell me much about conservation efforts. You can't
But
tell
Chuck,
me.
they're found in termite mounds.
That's all people say, and that's literally the issue. It's like it's not that the like the zookeepers hate the other side. It's like we can't have a conversation because we're in two different levels. I don't want to talk to you about morphs because it doesn't matter other than to you. I want to talk about scientific things. I want to be able to use the scientific names. I want to be able to know, like, if you say scientific names, I could tell you exactly where that animal is found. I want to know behavior. I want to know conservation efforts. I want to know new studies, and like those conversations are had in zoos. Private keepers is morphs, how to breed, how to keep. That is the conversation, and it's just repetitive. And like, it's not that I don't like those people or that I am better than those people. It's just we have two different interests. Like privately, you want to talk about those things and those things that you are like that you're into. I am not. I'm just not into those things. You know what I mean? Like, is it cool? Certain species? Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that do private stuff that I can have a conversation with. Like, technically, Chandler does private stuff. But he knows how to have the conversation with me. And we can connect because we can talk about crocodiles, which is what we have mostly in common. We can talk about them in the wild because he has educated himself enough to have those conversations. He's not just making morphs. He's not just, like... There's way more. It's two different conversations. And then keeping wise, whenever you keep, it also matters. If you have snakes and racks and I have animals in larger enclosures and I'm seeing behaviors, you and I will not have much to talk about because you're going to talk about morphs to me because you have them in racks. You don't see much behavior. I'm going to talk about behavior. I'm going to talk about digging. I'm going to talk about a billion other things. We just can't. We're not in the same realm.
You said that, and I thought about a specific person that tried to have conversations with you.
Whoa, what did he say?
No, that he would talk to you about the animal that he worked with, and
he
would talk to you about wanting to give them to zoos.
Yeah,
and then it's just like he tried so hard to like relate to you.
Yeah,
and I remember watching those conversations and just watching the despair in your eyes of just like, why is this guy talking to me about shit that doesn't make sense right now?
Yeah. It's two different things. It's just two different things. And again, there's private people that are very well educated on way more than just morphs, way more than just making money, way more like they are actually educated on those things. I can have a conversation with them. And like then from that, the private sector a lot of times want to call for conservation when they do no conservation. They want to talk about the environment when they don't know shit about the environment. They know shit out of word of mouth. So I cannot relate to you if what you're doing is throwing up what nerd is saying without you actually looking into
understanding
exactly.
Yeah,
like,
you don't have to be the loudest person in the room.
Yeah,
kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like taking some knowledge. Don't just like parrot.
Yeah,
shit.
It's not just fact. Like, did you look into this? And if you did, like, okay, now we can have a conversation. But a lot of times it's like that group of people, especially ball python breeders, end up being very like one-sided. It's like, this is what I know. This is fact because he told me. My mentor told me. And your mentor also keeps snakes and racks. Like, and it's not like I'm not even trying to shit on the racks. I'm saying like that's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's their version. I get it because I know over the time that I've been doing this, I know a lot of people that have only specifically worked with ball pythons and they only understand ball pythons. They really don't know anything else about any other reptile other than this is a snake, this is a turtle, this is a lizard, this is a gecko ? You get me? Like their knowledge is ball pythons, ball python industry, ball python morph. It's almost its own thing. Finding the right substrate is a paramount part of reptile keeping. And if you're looking for the best cocoa option, we recommend Cocoa to Go. Cocoa can be used for reptiles, amphibians, and even plants, so they're perfect for any kind of setup. So we make sure to use Cocoa to Go. Let them know that the Reptiles With Podcast sent you. So we can kind of segue this to like, how does one bridge the gap?
Okay.
How does one bridge the gap? Because I think that we are a good example of what that is.
Yeah. And I will say there has been a mistake through the last few years or many years now in which I think the private sector or let's call it the pet industry or well, yeah, is that it? Is it pet industry?
Pet industry.
Yeah. Okay. So the pet industry through YouTube, through all this shit, we talk about education quite a lot. But what are you educating people to do?
Yeah.
You're educating people to get their own racks and keep snakes. You're educating people to keep animals in cages. You're not educating people to actually know what the animal does in the wild and what it actually needs and what it's actually like. That part
Generally.
of education, yeah, for the most
Yeah.
part, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a few people, but the majority of the things that go out, it is not that.
It's trying to make the sale, just trying to cut
Make the
deal.
sale, trying to bring
It's
more people
education
in.
within their realm.
Yeah, and then they want to say, "Oh, this is for conservation because we take the fear of snakes
Because
away from people."
conservation's a buzzword.
Yeah, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You are educating people on keeping reptiles, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. But when I educate every single day in front of hundreds of people. Every single day, I am not telling people to get a fucking pet. I am teaching them about how the animal lives, what it hunts, what it's actually like. In the process of, I have animals. I have alligators, crocodiles, there's snakes, venomous snakes, there's lizards. I use those things to teach about the animal in the wild. So whenever you want to have a conversation with someone, like, you're educating to keep pets. I think most people that have reptiles as pets don't do a good job, especially the first time you keep a pet. So I don't want to educate people to go down that route. I want to educate people on knowing what the animal actually is in the wild. If they end up here, that's okay. That's a plus. But this industry, I think the private sector teaches people to go here first, and they never get to see this side. So to break it and mesh the two together, there has to be an entire generation taught to know both.
And that's what we do here. So like, something that I think about a lot, and maybe it's stupid, and maybe I shouldn't even bring this up, but sometimes I wonder, like, how did certain friends, like, how did I make certain friends and develop certain relationships with people that in the realm of something that I'm doing may not make sense, right? So, for example, like, Eric's a good friend of mine. I consider Eric a very good friend of mine. We have, like, we work together. Our interests aren't exactly the same. We like turtles. He might like them to a different degree than I do. But
I like turtle.
But there is, like, an age gap. Okay? I'm older than him. Like, we're from pretty much different generations. So I wonder to myself, I'm like, what is it that makes this friendship work, right? The same with you. It's like, you and I, like, we like Marvel. We like, we like Marvel.
You like spoilers.
We like Marvel. We talk about that. We like production. We like things like that. We like what it is, content, and we fall into the realm of what this animal industry is, but we are different ends of it. So I always think to myself like that, and whenever I'm trying to, like, even make friends with people in the reptile community, I always try to find something outside of it to relate to them with. And I'm like, can I actually have, like, a bond with this person?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give an example again. Steve's Morphs. Not that he's, like, my best friend or anything like that. Like, it's an acquaintance of mine. I would consider him a friend. And one of the first things I talked to him was not like, oh, you breed ball pythons, I breed ball pythons. I was just like, oh, I saw on your Facebook that you played drums. I didn't know you did that. I did music too. And I just try to relate to somebody in a different level that's outside of the realm of things. So how does an individual, bridge the gap in between what is pet trade and zookeeping? How can we best educate people to be open-minded about being okay with other people within different interests?
Well, I think people are okay with other people. It's just like, you can have things to relate to differently, but if your conversation is going to be animals, you're not going to be in the same realm. So, like what you said, like, as a zookeeper, I can like talk to someone about non-animal things, and I can bond with those people.
Yeah.
But if we're going to talk animals and they keep snakes and racks and they want to try and
relate to you,
not even relate, like, like, even debate or any of that, like, I'm not going to take that as anything, because, like, now you're wasting my time, because I know you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I want to argue with somebody at my level or above. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. So
you're saying you're better than every ball python keeper ever in existence?
Depends, probably. Depends who, but most. I'll say most.
Okay.
If there was a reptile quiz and I had everybody there, 19 out of 20. 19 out of 20, bro.
Okay. Eric, what do you think?
About the...
What I just asked him.
What did you ask him?
I asked him how to do backflips on the weekend. Were you not paying attention to this whole fucking conversation?
I was in it. You know, I was taking it all in.
Yeah. How do you think this situation makes sense for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have
okay.
different. We're on different sides of this whole fucking thing, but we relate to each other. We have a relationship outside of what this is that we do. We're friends. How do you bridge the gap within the community?
One thing that I immediately noticed when we all started hanging out more and all that is that we can all take a joke. And I think
that is
being able to take a joke
Yeah.
no, listen. It's
Yeah.
one thing, but it's the ability to see past some sort of like discomfort. You know, so if we're to talk to someone who's in the pet world pretty much only, and when it's talking shit about racks or stuff like that, a lot of pet people take offense to that, and they don't. It's all they know.
They get hurt.
It's all they want to know. They're hurt because someone's talking shit about what they do, and then that's the wall. They don't want to talk to this person anymore. The fact that we can take a joke means that we can also take criticism. It means we can also have conversations with people that we disagree with and can argue with them without hating each other at the end of the day. So it's like that principle there. I guess it's just being real. I don't know. But
That was bars.
That was bars.
He got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tism's tizzing right now.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh
He
my
got
God.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
got
what
it.
it's at,
That-
dude.
no, that was good.
it's not necessarily having thick skin. It's having more so just like being aware that there's more than one way to think about something and more than one way to do it too.
Yeah.
So it's like, be real.
That was nice. That was really fucking nice.
Be real
I'm
with
not
your
gonna lie.
people.
I'll let you end the podcast. Say something.
I'm doing better at Chuck than something right now.
No. You say this was.
The Reptiles with Podcast.
There we go.